if I lost that. Now it wants me to rotate. Why the hell it wants to do that? Gosh, let's see if we come back. Do we find those people? Maybe rotate the phone. I don't know why that. Oh, it looks like they're coming back a little bit. Gosh. Live stream offline. So that's not good. Let me get that back so I can see what's going on there. Sorry, guys. So the first step is go to your website and see what the grants fit for me. Yes, I mean, what I do is my current work now is what I call the state one-stop. So for your state, I will do for $59.95. I give you a report that's over 400 pages big just for your state that shows you 300-400 sources of grant, free money, direct payments, all kinds of stuff like that that's available just for you in your state. I've been doing this kind of research 40 years now or more, and so I feel I know more of this stuff than probably anybody in the country. But that's a biased opinion, so don't trust me. But I have. But more importantly, I'm talking about now is you are such a great teacher and very knowledgeable. Well, thank you. Thanks for sharing it. Okay, so now see the government budget starts in 2018. Now you're going to hear all kinds of things about the budget. Now we have this tax thing, and actually the tax bill now has us going into debt. We're going to go into further debt, or 1.7 trillion more dollars, something like 1.5, 1.7. And see what ticks me off about that? Because we're going to go into debt $1.5 trillion more in the next 20 years, next 10 years, and we're already in debt like 20 trillion. So they're going to add about 10% to that in a new tax deal when we're in debt up to your keister. It's sort of like you being in debt like hell and then going out in your credit card and putting another 10 grand on it. Now, that's stupid, isn't it? Well, this is what we're doing as a country. And the problem is that we're not doing that. It'd be different if we're going to use that money to make money. I mean, they may say it, but what we're doing is giving 80% of that $1.5 trillion to millionaires. That's right. They're the people who get rewarded. And that's what ticks me off about what's going on in this country now, because they learn how to use the system. If you're rich in this system, you use the government because it's easier. Every millionaire is going to make $1 million. That's what it comes down to. There's a million companies, a million taxpayers that are going to make $1 million apiece in the next 10 years just because of the tax bill. Doing nothing, not having a business, not contributing, not helping anybody else, but just the fact that somebody put something in the tax bill and did that. So that's why I'm trying to get the average person. You have a business. You said you want to get a government contract. Well, use the government. Now, here I found something today, and this is the kind of thing I put in all those state one-stop reports. I put this in because, see, why I want to get more people to use their elected official. These suckers work for rich people all the time, and they have to work for you too, because we have a democracy that they work for anybody who lives in this country. You don't even have to vote. They have to work for you, but you have to know they're there and how to work for it. Okay, this is a report from the Congressional Research Service. The Congressional Research Service is part of the legislative branch. That's part of the Capitol. Capitol Hill, Congress and Senate, and the senators. That's called Capitol Hill. They're the voters, okay? And that's called the legislative branch. Okay, they have a lot of staff people. One of their staff people is Congressional Research Service. And these are literally hundreds of PhDs that are working on stuff. This is all they do. Congress wants to know about something, they stick it on the Congressional Research Service, and they'll go research for you. Okay, this is a report that's given out to congressmen that explains their responsibilities to taxpayers when they call. Okay, here's the things that elected officials have to do for you when they call. You can get this now. If you Google right now, constituent services, overview and resources. Constituent services, overview and resources. Oh, I think we have this wrong. Oh, Okay, constituent services, overview and resources. You may be seeing this backwards, I'm sorry, on YouTube. But if you Google that, and it's part of the Congressional Research Service, it's a report you can download just like I did, and it tells you what they have to do. Okay, here's one of the things they have to do. First of all, they have to, one of the things is federal government resources. So they have to help you get any federal government resources, okay? And this works at the state level too. The elected officials from your state government, they have to do things. Okay, now to get, they have to help you use federal government. Sometimes constituents seek information about the federal government. Small business owners, for example, may want to know about federal contracting opportunities or procurement process. Parents and college-age students may want to have questions about federal financial aid. In these instances, member offices largely rely on publicly accessible information, websites, The offices may offer some additional explanation on how a particular agency process works and provide broad-based information about federal government. Member offices commonly refer constituents to appropriate government agencies and sometimes compile and provide website links and referral materials in these offices to assist these inquiries. So they'll tell you who to call. You don't have to guess who the hell to call. You call them, and they tell you who to call. See, they're up here studying this all the time. Okay, that's number one thing they do. They tell you how to use the government. Number two, casework. Okay, here's what they do with casework. You have a problem? Okay, casework refers to the response or service that members of Congress provide constituents. You're a voter, or maybe a voter, or you're just hanging out in the neighborhood. That's all you have to be, is any of those things. That's fine. And to provide constituents seeking assistance from a federal agency. Okay, that means anybody that in their jurisdiction, voting or not, they have to help if you're trying to get something from the government, okay? Each member office has considerable discretion in how it defines and approaches casework, subject of House and Senate rules and statute. Some congressional offices may consider as casework their liaison activities between federal government and local governments, or businesses concerned with the effects of federal legislation. An office's casework definition may include other constituent services, including those that are listed separately, like grants, or U.S. Service Academy nominations. You want to go to West Point? Yeah, that's what they do too. Common requests for state casework involve applications for Social Security, veterans, federal benefits, obtaining a misheard record, obtaining a payment from a federal agency, assistance with immigration matters. Members and staff are limited to how much time they can directly intervene in the agency's decision-making process on behalf of the particular case, but federal agencies are often responsive to congressional concern. Means they are responsive. When contacting federal agencies on behalf of constituents, members can generally ask for information related to the case, urge prompt consideration, arrange for interview appointments, express judgments, or call for reconsideration of an administrative response. See? This is the person you want to know. Your elected official. You could call them. Why go to some lawyer and ask them this information about how to use the government or anything? They're going to charge you $200-300 an hour. Why go on the internet, and search for, how to get a government contract? No, these people are going to charge you $5,000 an hour because that's what people are paying them. No, you go to your elected official. They give it to you free. They know exactly who to call. It's the law. They have to do this. It's not because you're a pretty face or you gave $1,000 or $10 million or whatever. Sure, they do it if you go to give them $10 million, but they have to do it for you too. And if you don't ask, you're never going to get it. Your best advice: how to compete online when there's so many of us doing things. Yes, I think that the person asked me a question: how do you compete online when there's so many people doing the things you're right? Right. That's because you're probably selling. You bought something or idea that everybody else is selling. That's not starting a business because you're not solving a problem. And that's what we've lost in all this stuff. Everybody thinks they could just, buy some package and they'll have a business and they'll be rich for the rest of their life and not have to dress in the morning. No. Business is providing a good or service that's needed, not a good or service that nobody goddamn wants anymore or could get 1,000 million other places. That's silly. Okay, now here's the other thing. Here's another thing they do. Okay, oh my God, this guy's still alive. Yes, I'm sorry. He must be the guy who wished I'd hurry up. See, look at what that guy's missing now. He's never gonna find it. Okay, grants work. Okay, grants. Okay, you're looking for grants. Okay, it's right in their job description. Every elected official has to help you get a grant, right? What the hell are you spending money on me for? Yeah, and it's true. Actually, I got so many people from Congress, and when I talk about something, they don't know where it is, and they have to call me. Hey, what are you talking about? And I have to tell them where the hell it is. They just don't study this stuff that much. But they're a place to start. They're free. Why pay when you can get it free first? Okay, grants work. Federal grants may be available for state and local governments, nonprofit community, research entities, and small businesses. Those seeking grants often approach member offices for information and assistance. Federal grants are not benefits or entitlements provided directly to individuals. They are often awarded to state and local government, which may sub-award them to community organizations. That's right. See, a lot of this money goes to the state government, which goes to local governments, and then to individuals or organizations. Direct involvement by a member in a grant writing process is limited, but member offices can often provide information and referral or refer grant seekers to other sources. For example, to assist grant seekers, congressional offices can develop working relationships with grants officers in relevant federal and state agencies and departments. Right, so they know who the hell to talk to, and that's what it is. They have the relationship with them. So that's what you want to use. It's like you belong to the country club, but no, you're just an American citizen living in somebody's district, and you have that access. You don't have to pay $100,000, greens fees or whatever the hell it is for that. See, this report is so important to me. It's so important to everybody there who's looking to get ahead in this country, because you have to use the resources that are available to everybody. Why let the rich folks use all this shit? That's what they did. That's why when I started learning about this, that's what I was doing. I was selling only rich people because they'd pay anything. I charge, when I'm charging $59 for it, I charge $57,000 for it, and they don't care because they're going to make millions, and that's why my life now has been trying to educate everybody else about this stuff, and that's important to me. Okay, business with the federal government. That's another thing that they have to do. They have to help you do business with the federal government, right? Right. Okay. Business owners seeking federal government contract opportunities may also contact members of Congress. Member offices have no direct role in selecting contractors, nor can they offer any preferential treatment to companies seeking to do business with the federal government. Members of offices can, however, provide information about business registration requirements, opportunities, and federal contracting and procurement processes to interested constituents. For more background, see so-and-so. Okay. Internships, okay? Whole bunch of internships on the Capitol Hill. Yourself or your kids or whatever. That's it. Hey, contact your elected official. What kind of internships do you have? Okay. Most congressional offices offer internship opportunities, which must, under House and Senate rules, be primarily education in nature. My kids were interns on the Hill when they were like in 4th grade. It was great. Interns can provide additional temporary assistance in the office, but their roles cannot supplant the duties of regular staff members. Within the parameters set by the House rules, etc. Yada 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 yada. Okay, Service Academy nominations. Does your credit score mean anything in getting a contract? No. All these things, somebody asked me about getting a government contract, your credit score. No, forget it, even if it does. Don't believe me if it does or not. Go and find out. Start the process. And then if it is, then you find a way around it. You're just looking for ways to say no so you don't have to do anything. No, look for ways to say yes and just go. See what the hell happens. That's the way you make stuff in this country. Not figuring out ways not to do things. Does your credit score have anything to do with being able to get a grant? No, they're giving you money. They don't care if you pay it back. They don't want it back. Absolutely not. The credit score means something if people are waiting to get your money back. They're giving you a loan in your money. That's not. Not at all. And we are a part of the business if you are an American born. You don't have to be American born. You don't have to be even a citizen for most of this stuff. You just have to be living here. That's what America is. I think they're trying to change that, but we'll see how far they go. Okay, U.S. Service Academy nominations. Yes, I'm the guy from the commercials, if you're young, old enough to remember that. Okay, so your family, your friends, you don't want to go to the Service Academy, Army, Navy, Air Force, whatever. Senate Page Program. Remember the Senate Pages? Your kids, daughters, or whatever. Pages have served Congress since the 1800s, typically working as messengers. Today, a Senate Page Program is generally open for 16 to 17-year-old high school juniors and is administered by the Sergeant of Arms. Congressional App Challenge. Now here's something. You got young people at app. K through 12 students from participating House districts. That means anybody. Everybody's out in the House of Representatives swinging and digging. Okay. They have the annual Congressional App Challenge. That's a computerized app. You know, students design and submit their own software application individually or in groups of up to 4. Work on the app may begin before the competition. Submissions are usually accepted between July and November each year. Winners are typically announced in early December. Okay, so that's Congressional appchallenge.us. Okay, Congressional Art Competition. That's another. High school students for participating. You know, there's one for artists. Capitol Tour. Okay, this is another thing. Yo, you don't want to make money? Fine. Okay, here's what you need your congressman for too. Capitol tours and press passes. Okay, any visitor can receive a free guided tour to the U.S. Capitol and Visitor Center. Same day tour passes are often available at the CVC information desk. Many members' offices also provide their own tours of capitals to constituents. So call your congressman, call your senator for special tours, which can be customized and reflect local and other interests. The staff-led tours may also visit some areas of the Capitol that nobody else sees. Okay, there's also White House tours and other sites. Okay, public requests for free self-guided White House tours must be submitted through the member of Congress. A tour coordinator for each congressional office registers with the White House visit. So you want to tour the White House, go through your member of Congress, okay, and you get that all set up for you. That's what this stuff is for. See, congressional congratulations. Okay, here's now the real neat stuff that people don't really know about. Members of Congress may write letters recognizing constituents' public distinctions or achievements, subject to the House Senate franking rules. Whatever that is, man, Barney Frank has left, I thought. Some common reasons for recognition include public office appointments or elections, act of heroism or citizenship, key awards or honors, through local news and networks, members' offices can sometimes identify individuals they wish to recognize. See, you have someone in the community, maybe, just think of this person who was helping kids at school read for the last 15 years, this retired lady. Okay, you call the congressman's office and have them write a letter of recognition to this woman, or whoever, whoever is that did that. So they know, they feel appreciated. If we don't show people appreciation, man, they won't help the community. Yeah, and that's what it's about. So you could make that happen. Anybody could do it. Okay. Or your dad, you thought, was doing something. So on his birthday, that he always did this, volunteered as a crossing guard, for 10 years in the community, whatever. Get your congressman to write him a letter. Lesko is focused on his presentation, not addressing our question as of now, but I see where you are coming from. What is the question? I'm answering my own question. I'm really not. If I have time, I answer questions, but I'm not really answering questions. You can always email me at leskofreeradio@gmail.com. And if I don't answer you in 2 days, because I'm doing a lot of research and extra time, all my extra time, I do that. Just beat on me again after 2 days if you don't hear from me. Okay, here, this is some other neat flag requests. I don't know if you heard me talk about this before. There's a neat thing. You could have your congressman fly a flag over the U.S. Capitol in honor of your mother's birthday, your friend's graduation, any day you want. And you get the flag. It costs about $10 or something like that. And they get a certificate that this flag was flown over the Capitol in honor of Mrs. Kowalski or whatever it is on such and such a date. And that's sort of neat stuff. You can't get that anywhere else. Now here's another thing that is neat. Presidential greetings. How about getting a birthday card from the Donald? That's right. Okay, they'll get these sent out to you. Okay, White House Greetings Office provides greetings to U.S. citizens commemorating certain occasions like birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, Boy Scout and Girl Scout awards. Okay, individuals can request some common greetings directly from the White House at www.whitehouse.gov and then presidential greetings request. So if you go to www.whitehouse.gov, whitehouse.gov, and then look for presidential greetings request, and you could get a request that. Now, member offices sometimes submit requests to the White House on behalf of constituents and are able to request additional greeting options. So if you go to the White House press, the White House, website, and you search for presidential greetings requests, and they don't have one that you're interested in there, like maybe it's, I want a bar mitzvah request or whatever. So go to your congressman's office and ask them to contact the White House so they could send your kid a bar mitzvah request or whatever it is. I don't know. You just have to try, and that's the important thing. So like I say, this kind of information is what I'm putting in is just one of the 330 things that I have in my state OneStop personal grant research reports that I'm doing out by state. So if you go to lesko.com/state OneStop, you'll see that. Hey, I'm a college grad and a high school grad, but if you have money that is available to you, you would be a fool to ignore it. Yes. He has 3 different life fields, lots of questions. Here, yes. I am happy that you are back to Washington, D.C. Yes. I want to see if he knows what. Do you want to know anything about getting bills paid for your from your Social Security number? I have no idea what that means. Yeah, I think there's just scams on the internet saying, oh, you can take your Social Security number and you get to... I mean, I would just ignore them. You don't have time for that. I mean, if you do, you're thinking some intellectual, gymnastics you want to go through, follow it, but it sounds silly. Well, I'm saying at least y'all got that going for y'all. This sounds like a scam, yes. There are other feeds that. Happy Thanksgiving, thank you. Yep, I got both my kids, grown boys, and their girlfriends are going to be here. We're going to have a good time. Yes, that was what I was talking about. Okay. Who wanted a question now? Who was pissed at me? I didn't answer the question, right? Let's see, Facebook. I'm dying on Facebook. I don't know what happened. People watch Facebook not live, though. I guess they're too busy booking, or whatever it is, but nothing. That used to be a big thing for me, and now it's going nowhere. Do you have a book that lists government contracts? No, but I have if you go to lesko.com/tutor, I have a little report. That's about $10 or something like that. That tells you about how to get government contracts. It's about how to get sales for anything without spending money. And that's what it is. Government contracts is one of the big ones. All the videos in there, explanations how to. There's actually grants available to get contracts. First time in how to get a copy of information you're reading from. Okay, this is called. The report is called Constituent Services. Overview and Resources. I put the link in that as one of the 300-400 sources that I have in my state OneStop report. And so, but if you Google, you could find it. You put Congressional Research Service, that's the government arm that produces the report that tells congressmen and senators what they have to do. And it's Constituent Services, Overview and Resources. I mean, I think this is invaluable. Just that people could see, and not just hearing some bullshitter like me tell you about it, but seeing in black and white, what their constitutionally obligation is to you. And if you don't take advantage of it, you know who is? The people have all the marbles already. They use the hell out of this stuff. That's how they get more marbles. So if you don't want to change the law like they do, at least use what's there. And you just heard me say all the great stuff that they could really do for you. If you're interested in tools. I mean, certainly the government is not everything in life, but it represents about 1/3 of everything in our economy. Your advice on where to invest, If you have that, what, $1 million or $1 billion, you don't need advice. and you know, so these are tools for society, and even if it's not money, so you get better legal help, you get better health information, you get better doctors that get grants that treat you for free. All the stuff that you can go on vacation for free. I mean, my kids and I, we went on free archaeological dig, you know, with the government. I mean, there's just things that you could use as a resource that nobody else knows. The best experts in the world are getting paid by the government to study stuff that you have at your fingertips at the price of a phone call. You know, and that's invaluable to me. You know. But we don't know. We'll go on the internet and then find people going to charge us stuff. See, that's what the internet to me is really. Everybody's charging you for something that you could probably get for free. And that's what we're talking about. A business, I think I'd like to cover that next time too, is that how to make, you know, what's the best internet business to make at home. I think it is not buying someone else's idea about a business. You know, do it, you'll see. You know, let me know if, you know, it makes you a lot of money. But 9 times out of 10, or even worse, 9 times out of 10, you know, I mean, like me, I told you I wrote 100 books, only 10 made money, so I know I'm wrong 90% of the time. And these people are selling you something, they're making money selling you something. So that's where it stops. You know, that's why these pyramid schemes and everything, I mean, they're investigated all the time for the Federal Trade Commission, just trying to suck people in to be part of the pyramid, to get other people to get sucked in, and everybody gets sucked, and their money gets sucked out of them. Yeah, Lesko's a man. I haven't gotten as much info from anyone else but Lesko. Oh, thank you. Juin, is that Chinese? Let's keep this positive, y'all. Who's not positive? He's just you're into this. Oh, criminals. Thanks, Katie, for helping me. I'm 22 years old and income, trying to become a massage therapist. How can I find grants for myself? Okay, you're 22 years old, how to become a massage therapist. Okay, now most of that training is like, what, 8, 6, 10, 12 months to become a massage therapist. Here's the first place you go. You go Google right now workforce development and the name of your county. Workforce development and the name of your county. Okay, and then you'll see, and make sure it's .gov or .org. Call them up, make an appointment, and tell them you're looking for training. You need training assistance for a career. Don't say, hey, give me a fucking grant, I want to do something. You know, no. Grants, remember, grants only represent 20% of the free money that's available from the government. Only 20% is called grants. So if you're looking for a grant next year, and really want is free money, just don't say grants. You're looking for financial assistance or assistance of any kind to solve a problem. That's how you have to view the world. Not just that, I want to take money out of your pocket and put it in mine. No, you know, you want to grow so the rest of us can grow too. And I don't know why we all have to think of the world as a zero-sum game. It's not very comfy if everyone's thinking that way, is it? So your workforce development, that's a state agency that has lots of training money. They have a database of all the people that they give you money to train for and everything. So see if you meet their qualifications for that. If you don't, then what you have to do is find other ways. So other ways is try and find nonprofit organizations in your state or county or whatever. Where do you find them? Okay, that's another database because these are from nonprofit organizations. They're not government. So you have to find them and the database that they're on, because they're 90% of them don't even have websites, so you'll never find them on the internet. So you have to go to the library. They have a database called the Foundation Center Directory, and that's where you find that. Nothing is easy, you know, and it's going to take work. And if you're not prepared to do that, you might as well find another life or get a lousy job. That's what it is. And then the job becomes so painful. You wish you were working. You did that research and digging those ditches or whatever it was. Whatever. Let's see. Okay, hi. Oh, watch his Vice video and stop wasting your time judging. Yeah, I mean, watch it. Yeah, me on Vice is fine. It is a fun thing. They came down and lived with me for about 2 days. So if you Google on YouTube, Lesko Vice. Lesko Vice. I got a lot of vices. Actually, they're narrowing down as I get older. Well, get on my good side. What were you trying to do? I don't see that. I'm just trying to get it. Watch this. Right. Thank you, Katie. And he is I'm a racist. And actually, I'm running pretty slow. I don't race at all. You know, I run every day. You know, but I don't race. I don't like competing. You know, especially running. I just do it for exercise and health, mental and physical and everything. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. I got to go back to work on my OneStop. So, okay, State OneStop. Lesko.com. /state OneStop. That's where I give you the single biggest source of free money and help that's ever available in America or anywhere else in the world, because we have more of that stuff than any other country in the world. Yeah, and so I'm trying to just create the ultimate source for every family to have that you could use for the rest of your life. And whether it's solving healthcare problems, solving financial problems, solving education problems, it'll be all there. All the sources that are available just because you live here. And that's what's so neat about it, okay? Okay, how to figure out if the market is saturated. You start trying to sell and you'll find out. There's a lot of ways. There's hard to give an easy answer to anything. Those, if you want to pick my brain, a neat way I have is Lesko.com/talk. Lesko.com/talk. That is... It's only $1 a minute, and usually in about 15 minutes I could, identify a problem and give you a bunch of sources to start working on it. And that's Lesko.com/talk, and about, like I say, 15 minutes, 20, 30. I rarely go that long. That I could really set you on the way. And help you identify what you should be doing. A lot of us get stuff in our head, don't know why it's there, what you should be really doing, and somehow I'm able to find to drag out of you what you really should be doing. A lot of times we get stuck in doing things because of other things in our life or people or stuff we know, and that's usually not a good thing, and we're going to waste a lot of time there because it's not for us. And that's the important thing. You have to find out about what you're ready to put up with. If you're not ready to put up with it, then don't start. And that's what I find I do a lot in these talks, is get people on the right path, because they're on the wrong path. They're trying to get money for something that's probably never right for them anyway. And it's amazing how after a couple minutes I could find out what really path they should be on, and how to package that, and how to do it all without any money. Everything I'm going to tell you about will not cost you anything. So thanks a lot for putting up with me, the people that had kind words to say, the people who had Vietnamese actually. Well, that's where these suits come from, Vietnam. And I was in Vietnam like 40, 50 years ago. We're trying to kill each other. And now we're making each other suits. So that's cool, isn't it? Can you do the market research? Maybe, but I think there's a bigger question to ask from that. Congratulations, Research Service. Thank you. Well, thanks a lot, guys. And everybody was so kind to me, and the people who yelled at me, that's fine. I mean, you hang yourself out there. I've been beaten up by so many people over the years. It sort of makes you know you're alive. Okay, well, thank you for being there, Chow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being there.